2K right now is pretty bad, but is it gonna get worse? We have some news that's kind of scary. But ¿qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here,
aka your mama's best friend.
Before this video starts and before I give you the news, please be an OG, join the pack and subscribe. We're trying to get to 300,000 subscribers and it'd be great if you could help us get there. Now, I want to start off with this terrifying piece of news. So, it starts off with literally Power DF, part of DF. And he gets an email from 2K, right? It says, "Hello Power DF, congratulations on being one of the first to reach Legend." So it was his Legend email, right? "To commemorate your achievement, we would love to send you a copy of NBA 2K22 Next Gen next year after launch. Please respond to this email by Thursday, April 6th with your full name, console preference, and shipping address. Thank you and congrats to being Legend," basically. So when you first read that, maybe some of you were like, what's the problem? And I kind of was like that too, but people got really scared with the first sentence. I'll read it again. "To commemorate your achievement, we would like to send you a copy of NBA 2K22 Next Gen next year after launch." That is what people are scared about. There's actually two things I just realized that they said, but we'll start off with the first part. 2K21 Next Gen. People are terrified because now they believe that there's going to be two different versions of 2K like there was this year. Basically what people are saying is like there's a current gen and there's going to be a next gen version, and these two versions are going to be completely different. And people are terrified that there's going to be brand new parks for different ones, so then again the community is going to get split and it's going to be a problem. Now I do want to say, to be completely fair, nowhere in this email is it saying there's gonna be two different parks. If we're just being honest, it's saying there's gonna be two different games, which is gonna be a next gen version and a current gen version, but it's not saying that there's gonna be two different parks. So that's kind of why it's like, I don't know why they think that. Another thing to mention, it's pretty important, is that it says NBA 2K22 Next Gen next year. From my understanding, 2K21 Next Gen came out in November, and then every single new 2K for current gen was coming out in September. So are they saying they're going to take even longer to release NBA 2K22? Are we going to have to wait an even longer period of time? Are we going to have to spend another year with this garbage video game? I really hope that's not the case. But that's just a little piece of information I was scared about. But we're going to focus more than anything on these two games, okay? So like I said, there's nothing here indicating there's going to be two different parks. And that's the bigger problem in the first place. Like, we cannot have two games that have completely different gameplay and two completely different communities. It destroys this game, especially if one game is better than the other. I'm not gonna act like 2K21 current gen is any good, because Zens are terrible, but it's still better than next gen gameplay wise. Obviously next gen looks better. Like, it's a beautiful graphics game, like obviously, but in terms of gameplay, I'd say the 2K21 current gen is better, right? But that's why there's two different communities. The park community is way more interested in current gen, while I guess just people who are interested in the My League stuff and that kind of thing. Even my team is more focused on next gen. So I get why there's two different communities right now, but it's a problem. That's not okay. Now, this isn't new though. This isn't like a surprise, if we're just being honest. We were already having talks about this, at least like YouTubers and the communities already kind of talked about this before, because they did this for NBA 2K14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All those games had two different games, one for their current gen and one for the next gen versions at the time, right? The difference between then and now, right, is that we have parks in both games now, and that wasn't the case before. On the PS3 version, if you got 2K16, you didn't have park. You had like My Team kinda, and you had your little like My League stuff and gameplay. Even though the gameplay and graphics are completely different, it was still kind of the same game, while obviously the PS4 version had park and obviously better graphics. Now both games have parks, and if you're gonna make two parks for both games, again, we go back to the problem of this creates a divide in the community and it messes it up. And it's never been a thing until now, and this is not good. Now, my opinion, do I think 2K will actually do that? Because again, nowhere here is it saying there's gonna be two different parks. It's not cool to just assume that, right? That's dumb for us to be like, there's gonna be two parks. But if I had to make an educated guess, if I had to put my life on it or money on the line, are they gonna make two different parks? Probably. If I'm just gonna be honest, knowing 2K, knowing that they do not learn from their mistakes, it's gonna be two different parks for both games. If I had to just make the boldest prediction, right? Now, there is other options. They could do the same park, but oof. If you have the same park in both games with the exact same gameplay, what's the point of next gen? I mean, how is the next gen then? A great tweet by this guy called Breeze EdX. He says, how could NBA 2K22 be the same on both generations if the old gens can't even support the city? The only way it would be the same game is if they went backwards with technology, which he has a point. You legit cannot make the same game on both gens. So that's why I'm pretty dead set on saying it's going to be two different parks with two different completely gameplays and probably two completely different communities. Now, that's what I'm assuming they're going to do. I'm not a big fan of that. I do not like it. It annoys me. It ruins everything. But this is what I believe they actually should do, because, you know, all we're doing is complaining. No one's actually trying to give their own opinion of how to fix the situation. But y'all aren't going to like this because it's not fair to people. But I'm thinking as a business, what would you do in this situation, right? People are getting mad. People are running to current gen. This is the only way I see that you can fix this, okay? You make two different games. You have your current gen version and your next gen version. Both have different graphics, both have different gameplay, as it's been how it was last console generations, right? It's the same thing as before. But only next gen has park, rec, pro-am, all that stuff. Only next gen. I know all you current gen fans and all the people that can't get next gen stuff because you literally can't buy PS5s or Xboxes because like legit it's impossible to find and they're expensive. You don't like that at all. Dude, I get it. But understand as a business, you want people to buy next gen, right? Like, if you're 2K, next gen isn't selling, you want people to get in here. The only way you do that is if you give people an incentive to get it, like to move, to leave. You have to give people a reason to want to go to next gen. And if you have no park in current gen, everyone is going to move. They're not gonna have a choice. You fix the divide problem in the community. Now there's one park. There's only one gameplay mindset you have to learn. Like you know, you don't have to change the way you play in different games. So everyone can get used to the same game. It fixes the community. More people are interested in watching 2K. It's just, that's how you fix it. That's how you have to fix it. I know a lot of you don't like that because we're literally cutting off 75% of the community and forcing them onto next gen. But like, dude, if you want to fix this problem, I feel like that's the only serious way you can do it. Even if it's controversial, even if people don't like it, I think this is like the only way, dude. I for real think this. I want to know your opinion though. What do you actually think 2K needs to do? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time.